will help new services have a better range for their new services. So there is some industry policy as well leading to improvements in competitiveness. We need a fairly simple frequency policy to help promote innovation and growth. And very important correlations can be found there. The fact is that access to communication will greatly affect effectiveness and competitiveness of a region. A quick link-up is a necessity today. 183 million emails, the huge number of international users. These are all communication elements that are going to be decisive for our future economic and social policy. And there are a couple of foci. In the short term, the upper band, the 800 band, should be available only for new mobile services, as the Commission suggested. But do we need a frequency for other elements as well? There shouldn't be too much euphoria about economic potential overcoming that. What happens if you release the 800 megahertz band for frequency? What about reporting and radio? To what extent can you allow that or find it responsible? Where should it be limited? It's not all that easy to establish this. What about the framework decisions for the release and interference of this 800 megahertz band for all industrial users to guarantee Europe's level playing field? What is the role of this band in overcoming the digital gap, and to what extent do we completely have to cover things with broadband? If you look at the revised package there for these forms of communication, this has to be debated enough before the package goes through, and only then should it be calmly decided on. The summit is a possibility of having a further chance also to support the Commission's preparations, and my impression is that the Commission can take a little bit of assistance there, because yesterday the Commission's comments were very general and not over precise, which is fairly good at the start of a process, but along the way, over the next few weeks and months, we do need something a bit more precise said, so that you can focus on something more precise. So we have to look at the opportunities and the enthusiasm, but we also have to look at where the problems are, the limits, and how we deal with these in detail. So that's going to be politically more difficult and effortful, as someone said yesterday afternoon. Parliament in this process will obviously have an important role to play, as the debates said, on similar subjects over the last years, and we will be doing this properly but cautiously, and we will express our views. We have a lot of colleagues working with a great deal of commitment on this, which normally leads to an intensive and conflict-filled process, but a good result in the long run, and I'm sure that's what we'll be trying to achieve together. So all the best, and I hope this morning's results are good. I think already this summit was a good idea. It was worth it. It's at least a good start, and perhaps even better than that. Thank you.
Schönen Dank, Herr Reul.
Thank you, Herr Roll.
Spanish minister isn't here yet, but I can assure you he's on his way. So we change a bit in the program, and we proceed now with the Commissioner on the digital agenda, Ms. Kroes. Ms. Kroes, I know you were a very successful Commissioner on the competition policy. Now you have a new agenda, and I'm quite sure you will be quite successful here also, and I'm sure that we all are looking very much forward to hear what you have to say to us today. I give you the floor. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be in your midst, and certainly after your kind welcome, I will do even more my best to fill in what we have to do and what we have to do together. And that is one of the challenges of this portfolio. I'm completely aware that this is indeed a cooperation between not only Parliament and Commission, but also the Council. And I think that getting that in the right balance is a challenge, but it's making sense. And what Herbert Reul was already mentioning, it is indeed a stability issue, it is a flexibility issue, it is a creative issue, so to say. For we should never ever accept that something can't be done because it was done in another way yesterday. It is talking about tomorrow. Having said that, I'm highly impressed by the huge participation of all of you. It is indeed an important event, and it is indeed a great event to share thoughts, to share opinions, and to share a solution. Already yesterday I had the feeling that quite a constructive attitude of everybody was at stake, and that with that attitude, anyhow, my collaborators and myself, in close cooperation with the members of parliament that are involved in this dossier, should come back to you with a couple of proposals, so to say. You have been quite open in sharing your views. You have made constructive contributions, and we agree, I imagine, that it is not an easy job, but we were not looking for an easy job. It is a challenging job. It is complex, yes it is, but we can do it. We have heard a lot of clear statements and discussion about the importance of the spectrum use for society, for business, for individuals, for cultural pluralism, for economic development, and that this